Welcome to the Brazil International Talk Show. I'm Suzanne Thorson, and today we'll learn about SBDC, Florida Small Business Development Center, located at Florida Atlantic University. I'd like to invite Ms. Sandra Marin, who will further explain the program, which offers high-level consulting and training to small and medium-sized businesses here in Broward and Palm Beach counties. First, though, the co-hosts will introduce themselves. Mr. Aloysio Vasconcelos, please.
Hi, I am current chairman of the Brazil International Foundation and founder of the Brazilian Business Group. I'm also a member of the advisory board of the School of Arts and Letters of FAU, Florida Atlantic University, and chairman of Turnkey International Management, a company that, among others, represents the Research Park Center in Brazil.
Thank you so much. Marisol.
Good morning, everybody. My name is Marisol Gonzalez. I'm the CEO for the Hispanic Entrepreneur Initiative. We are based here in Boca Raton, Florida, and we train Hispanic entrepreneurs in the process of acculturization to the business mindset in the U.S. We are partners with a Small Business Development Center and Research Park at FAU, providing these services to the small entrepreneurs.
Thank you so much. And I am Suzanne Thorson, founder and creative director of Brazilian Beat, a live entertainment group. I also provide artistic and cultural advice to the Brazil International Foundation, and I'm part of the event committee for Brazilian Business Group. Well, now our special guest, Sandra, please share with us a little more details about yourself and about SBDC. Thank you so much for being here today.
This is an amazing talk show. Thank you so much for the invite. Thank you for Marisol being connecting us with the Brazilian community. Aloysio, my pleasure meeting you today as well. My name is Sandra Marin. I'm the regional director of the Florida SBDC at Florida Atlantic University. I will explain in detail what SBDC is, and the purpose of this call is to share what resources the business community can access at no cost and confidential, and also for those who are looking to incorporate in the U.S. what resources SBDC in partnership with HEY and the Brazilian International Foundation we can collaborate to support that moving to the U.S. to open operations. So to start, The SBDC it stands for Small Business Development Centers. This is a national organization primarily funded by the Small Business Administration, state funders, and also local partners. So, Anne, could you please start with the slide? The next one, please. So for 45 years, the Florida SBDC has been serving thousands of businesses start, growth, and succeed. SBDC provides specialized consulting in business. Everything is one-on-one, confidential at no cost, provided by specialized consultants who has been in corporate America, who has been doing consulting for a long time. They have credentials and expertise. And also we partner with key organizations like Hispanic Entrepreneur Initiative to expand capacity to take our services to those communities that we don't address directly, like the Hispanic and the Brazilian. We have support from other organizations. So I'm happy also to share that we just got the Florida SBDC of the year. So we had our highest performance in the state, including on helping clients accessing capital, securing government contracts, generate sales, and the quality of service that we provide. So we are a valuable resource. We are just here to serve you all. Could you please, Anne? In 2020, our economic impact showed that for every dollar that we receive from our funders, the federal government, the state government, and local partners, we support the economy, and the economic impact is 50 times that the investment that we receive. So you can see here some numbers in 2020, and as you can see, we serve a non-discriminatory basis any type of entrepreneur, business, and in any level of development in early stage, and more I will explain in a minute. Could you please move? And so in Florida specifically, we have 9 regions. Again, we are a national organization, and specifically for Broward and Palm Beach counties, we provide services from registering the LLC in the U.S. to access capital, or to selling or to buying a business. We have an expert in franchising, for instance. We also have specialized services on helping companies to sell to the government. So we prepare from the basics, even from the marketing, how the product has to look like in their website, to the actual bid opportunity. And also with more than 30 consultants that we have in-house, we also support businesses with capital access, from business valuations, the reports that SBA requires when you apply for a loan. We also work with a lot of banks in commercial loans. We provide financial projections. And also there are some companies who would like to have capital infusion or have some type of investment. So we help on this capital access umbrella on how the business can grow. Also, we have other specialized services like market growth. So we provide marketing plans. So one-on-one with the consultant, you develop a full strategy on how your business should be having the online presence. Also, we work in international trade and government, because we have also a big partnership with Enterprise Florida, because they provide a grant for our clients to have export marketing plans. So when a company also relocate in the US, we can serve exploring other markets once they want to have the opportunity to export from the US. So one is for indirect investment. So we work with Enterprise Florida, helping the companies to locate in the US. But then once they are locals, we help those companies to have an export marketing plan to identify other market opportunities besides just the domestic market in the US. In government contract, of course, the government is one of the biggest buyers in the US. We support from the very beginning in the SAM registration, the bids support, marketing to the government, And recently we added a service called SBIR, that is Small Business Innovation and Research Grants, and those are more for technology commercialization. So there are grants that is funding that you don't have to return as long as you complete the goals. So we like to support the grant writing application, the strategy. We help contacting the program officers until you have a success in SBIR grants. So we have also services related to day-to-day businesses, operation. We also work on disaster preparedness, cybersecurity, disaster relief, and much more. Again, everything is one-on-one and is customized to the client. So the next, please. So we serve all the stages from pre-venture. If you have the idea, you want to work on the business plan, we partner with key organizations like Hispanic Entrepreneur Initiative. So we help with that business plan. So then a specialized consultant is working with each company, helping them to identify capital access or how to access customers and develop the whole strategy. Next, please. So this is a more detailed breakdown of services. So specifically for each level or how your company is growing, there are key services that you can have access to, and everything you can find at our website. The next, please, Anne. So to access the consulting services is super easy. So you visit our website, sbdc.fau.edu, and then request for consulting. One of our consultants will be assigned to your case, to your company, or to your company to be. So with that, you will start working with that consultant, addressing what is the need of your company now, and at the time that you were requiring more consulting as the years come, so you can count on us to help your business start, grow, and succeed. So thank you so much. I'm opening for questions, Suzanne, when you want.
First of all, thank you. It's so interesting. You know that I own a live entertainment company. I will be the first one to volunteer. I already took a picture here of the website because I think that when we come from another country, for as much experience as we have, it's a different reality. So we always feel that there's something more to learn, something to adapt, something that we do need support. And it's so interesting, like the program. And thank you so much. Anyone would like to comment something before we start with the Q&A?
Questions for the Q&A.
Okay, so let's now begin the Q&A. Taking the lead, Ms. Marisol Gonzalez, CEO of the Hispanic Entrepreneur Initiative. Thank you, Marisol.
Thank you, Suzanne. Sandra, I have a question for you that I think is interesting for our audience to hear. What do you think are the 3 major challenges that these entrepreneurs present to you when they come to the US and they access the services of SBDC? Or even one of the challenges may be how to access the services of SBDC.
So thank you, Marisol. This is a very good question. So when a company wants to start in the US, I think the first challenge is to know what resources are available. So that's why we participate in this type of opportunities to share what resources we have at SBDC. So SBDC is funded by the US government, so we can support those companies once they incorporate in the US. But we are not telling them, okay, you're not incorporated, don't come to our door. That's why we partner with entities like yours, the Hispanic Entrepreneurship Initiative, to help them to navigate this cultural interaction, how to do business in the US look like, what they need to have in preparation to start the business. And also we partner with the global ventures at FAU because they can guide them in other aspects like the legal aspects, office location, and so forth. So I think the first challenge is that knowing who can work with them hand in hand, that is not expensive for them to explore the US as a potential market, either to start a business or to relocate their business. So this is the first challenge. So once they get in here, so I think the cultural shock is one of the best examples on what are the challenges for those companies. So I'm Latino, so we tend to do business in a different manner. So when we come to the US, according to the state in which the clients are, the style is way different. So I think that the next challenge is addressed by getting informed, getting engaged, and for instance, Marisol has an amazing program of acculturization. We don't have at SBDC, so that's why we love to partner, because once somebody say, okay, I'm coming from Brazil, from Chile, from Argentina to locate a business in the US, we refer that client first for them to understand how to do business in the US. And the last challenge that I have in mind at this point, that is the challenge of most of our clients, is capital access. So once you want to relocate your company here, the cash flow starts, right? So you need to have capital and so forth. So when you start to be a client of the SBDC, our consultants can help on designing that capital access strategy. There are loans, there are grants, they are selling to the government. Maybe there are opportunities to have an investor even before coming to the US. So that's why we partner with the global ventures, because we all together sit with that promising company that wants to come to the US and design the strategy to help them to move forward, to start, to locate, and to be successful in this huge market that is a huge opportunity. So I think if they address those challenges and they are aware that those challenges exist and they don't want to go on their own, and they know that they can have access to government support, I think they will be safe or in a good spot to start the processing here. Did I answer your question, Marisol?
Yeah, that's amazing. Like I was reading, and we all know that a big part of the American economy comes from the small and medium-sized companies, right? So I guess that this is the reason why the government supports so much. Now, there's something that came in my mind while you were speaking, and I would like to ask you about for-profit and non-for-profit organizations. Does it happen a lot that, a person like or a group starts a business thinking that their model is X, and then on the process they realize that it should have been another thing? How do you work with this? Or you prefer that they really start right away with you so that you can guide to the right path? But not always is like this, right?
So we have two cases, right? One that the business owner or the potential business owner who come from the early stage in a pre-venture or an startup phase, and they would like to learn what is the type of organization that matches with the mission that they want to fulfill. Then we have, for instance, professional accountants that are also our consultants, and they also guide them in what is the tax implication of having one or the other. If also they can work with our marketing team or our financial team, identifying how much they can grow, how the type of clients that they can access. So when somebody's coming with the organization already established, we prefer to start working with that and give the entity a chance. If for some reason they need to pivot, there are some strategies to do. Maybe that's why we talk one-on-one, because maybe they need to close one and open another one. Maybe they can work around the entity that they already created. Some people create a sole proprietorship and they want to sell to the government. Well, there are some implications on that. So the suggestion sometimes is move that to an LLC so the accountant can help them in the paperwork. Sometimes they say, well, I should have a nonprofit. Well, maybe you want to have a nonprofit on the side and keep your for-profit business. Maybe I'm a nonprofit, but I want to access grants from the government. Well, you're in a good spot, but if you want to sell to the government, you might want to consider, according to what is the setting, of course, you might need to consider to have a for-profit business. So everything is case by case. So that's why we suggest that come and work with us early on, so then they can grow solid.
Excellent. Now, Mr. Aloysio Vasconcelos, I think he has a question.
Actually, if you can hear me, I have two questions. Can you hear me well? No? Okay, great.
Yes, sir.
All right. So far, our group is mainly devoted to the Brazilian entrepreneurs that live here and or Brazilians that want to come here. I ask you, do you have Brazilian groups already as your clients, or you have what is the level of relationship with the Brazilian community that you have? And after that, I will have another question, if I may. Okay.
So thank you, Aloysio. When a client fulfills the request for consulting, we ask for some data. So we are not asking for nationality. The only thing that we ask is the business location. So I cannot tell you today how many businesses from Brazilian origins or citizens are with us. And what I can tell you is that our services are provided at non-discriminatory basis. So if the Brazilian community has approached us, for sure they are our clients. And recently with Marisol, we started conversations with the diplomacy from Brazil. And we have a program called Grassroots, in which we partner with an entity that is already in the community. So we ask, I forgot the name of your consul, and he kindly offered to refer us one entity that is already working with the Brazilian community that we can partner with to access those entrepreneurs and those business owners that require our services. And in order to speed up and target those services to the Brazilian community in the region, we would like to partner with an organization like this. So if they have approached before the SBDC directly, they were welcome. And looking forward, we want to partner in the same way that we are partnering with the Hispanic Entrepreneurs Initiative on how to target services to your community. So that's why this talk show is amazing, because at the time that we start partnering and deploying services to your community, they know that they can support, that they have support even after that. Did I answer your question, Aloysio?
We'll be able to compete with the consulate, no problem, if needed.
Not compete, and more.
They are not supposed to be in our field, but it's okay. I love them. Even though, I also have a question concerning the fact that in today's world, we do business everywhere. Our clients as well, and our prospects and people that we help. Let's say if an American that do business with Brazil and South America, but let's concentrate in Brazil because that's our reality. But he wants mainly to export to Brazil. Would us be able to help as well? Because to be in Brazil for Americans is sometimes a very good thing. It's a good choice. And this, of course, will impact favorably the economy here as well in the long term. So what is your position about this? Because we have possibilities in both sides.
So this is a very This is a very good question. So one of our anchor services is export assistance and international trade assistance. So we have a partnership with Enterprise Florida, and they provide a grant for us to write a super specialized export marketing plans for those who want to identify opportunities and reduce the risk of exporting to other countries. And specifically for those who want to do business with Brazil, Brazil is one of the biggest partners in international trade with the US, and the logistics and the cost are very, very beneficial for those who want to export to Brazil. And basically what we treat everybody is in the same way. If they are looking for an export marketing plan, they register in our website, we assign a consultant, they together apply for that grant because Enterprise Florida pay for that market specialized research plan, and then we support the steps of meeting with clients, attending workshops, virtual trade shows. If they want to travel to the country, there is a service called the Gold Key service with the US embassies that they pre-filter those potential clients or distributors in the country. So this is a really well-rounded service that SBDC has been offering for years. And in this case, when they want to import, it applies similarly, in which we help with all the logistics, we help with the cost, we help even with the research, identifying the clients and the potential customers. So again, there are services to increase the sales, but also to reduce the risk of accessing new markets for export. And if it's a Brazilian citizen in the US or a Brazilian friend trying to export to Brazil, the cultural side will be already checked. So we only work on the money side, market, actually even with loans with SBA or the Export-Import Bank. We can help with the access to capital for those exports. So the cultural side is what we don't manage. So in that way, they can work with you, with your foundation, with other entities to address the cultural differences. And then it's just working together. And if somebody is looking for exporting to Brazil, come to SBDC, and we have multiple plans around.
Thank you very much.
Sandra, yes, so many great resources through SBDC for the entrepreneurs. And I just wanted to add that that program that SBDC has in partnership with Enterprise Florida, for example, that specialized marketing plan for exporting, the cost of that plan is $5,000. But through the grants from the partnership, the entrepreneur only pays 500 and everything else is a grant. So these are great resources that people need to know that are available for them to grow, and more than grow, like she says, to do it with the minimum risk for the investor.
It is amazing. As I said, I didn't know. I'm gonna go knock at your door, believe me. So I'm gonna adapt, Sandra. I was gonna ask you first how to improve the flow of capital into the Brazilian Hispanic communities. However, I think that you kind of answered that already. I wanted to ask you about networking. For example, do you have programs that you put together the Brazilians, the Hispanics, that might be important for this, for the business? Do you have any kind of program to put people together, or?
Susan, we directly not. We usually partner with key organizations. So we are funded by FAU. So we partner with most of the colleges, most of the entities who face communities. We have extensive partnerships with Broward County, with Palm Beach County, with multiple cities, economic developers in the region. So we usually support this type of networking, and we promote this to our clients, and they can access as they see fit. And in networking also, I like to work with Marisol a lot because we meet not only the clients but also the economic developers to open more opportunities for them to connect. And sometimes we learn as organization which other uh, activities our business owners can access to by those networking events. So and we have a series of training, specialized training that is usually publicized in our websites, and those are the um, like group consulting that we provide, and then the clients have one-on-one consulting afterward. There are no networking events, but we have seen that the dynamic between the groups that attend this type of specialized training, they tend to know each other in that meetings, and they tend to connect to each other because let's say they are in the franchising talk show, right, in our webinars. So there are some people who come to the franchising to see how they can sell the business. So they are coming to know the franchising, how it works to buy the business. So we've seen like there are some synergies over there. And we partner with, we love collaboration. This is SBDC. We like to partner with those who have the scenarios to do the networking and open opportunities for our clients besides our mission that is business consulting.
Yeah, thank you. Exactly. Marisol was the one introducing us to you. So I do believe on the power, on the strength of collaboration. And by the way, we have September 22nd now at the Edison in Boca, that it's going to be a big event, many people getting together, many business people. So I think that in a way you end promoting this. Marisol, would you have a question for Sandra?
Yes, not a question, a comment. Unfortunately, September 22nd, Hispanic Entrepreneur Initiative also has this large event for over 100 people. That is also a networking opportunity. But maybe it was just a comment with the support of SBDC in partnership with Research Park. Maybe January, that is Entrepreneurship Week, we can prepare some kind of large networking opportunity so the different groups can meet and interact. And they believe in creating an ecosystem. And we always talk about that because we cannot do it by ourselves. So I think that would be a great opportunity with Brazilian Foundation, Research Park, SBDC. Hey, so it's on the table, guys.
Yeah, I love the idea. Also, Brazilian beat can perform if you want. We have not only Brazilian culture, but we have also the tango and salsa, so we can show like a little bit of the culture of all the continent, right?
Let's make it happen.
I love that idea. Just count on us.
Very good. Sandra, how could we collaborate more, you think, to improve these relationships between our communities in Florida, like we are saying, the Hispanic, Brazilian, American? How could we strengthen this?
So, dear Susan, I personally believe that the collaboration is key to serve our businesses in Florida and everywhere. So, this interview, for instance, is a great example of collaboration. We are sharing resources available for our business community, and we are opening more possibilities to start, to grow, to success businesses, not only from the Brazilian community, but from all who move from Brazil to open their businesses in here. So more collaboration, I think, is we are engaging more entities. So I think it's a conversation that we would like to have with Alosio on the side on how to reach those communities that SBDC is not targeting directly. So that's why we would like to collaborate about how to start with that community engagement, so then we can provide SBDC services afterwards. We have a second phase in our collaboration with the entities that help us in that capacity, like HEY. and we help them to get stronger. So at the time that they become stronger, they can help the communities better. So we collaborate also on identifying how we can support the nonprofits that work with us, because this is a way of sustain that collaboration. Also, another example of collaboration is with our local and regional authorities. When Marisol is talking about the developing ecosystems, so I think collaboration should have the goal of creating those long-term relationships that make us stronger together. And the best part of collaboration, Suzanne, is that all should be and are win-win collaboration, win-win relationships in which if you are partnering with us and we're partnering with your mission, the idea is that both entities have benefits, and with the end goal that the economic prosperity should be enhanced by those collaborations. So when you ask me for examples, so this talk show is an example, Hey is an example, the grassroots program is an example of how we collaborate. Just the SBDC is a collaboration itself. So we have funding from cities, the counties, the university, the federal government, the state of Florida, Enterprise Florida is giving us. So all that we can gather to support the business community is collaborative basis and on a win-win relationship. So I'm also personally open to collaboration. So when Marisol say, well, let's collaborate, let's do this partnership, let's go for the economic development meeting, we are open for that, because every time that we collaborate in any action, we are strengthening our opportunities for our business community to do better in our economy. So collaboration is huge. I'm glad that we are in this group, that we have the mindset of collaborate, and we want the benefit for the entities and the economy itself. So did I answer your question, Susan?
Sure did. And I think that Aloysio has another one.
Would you consider, let's say if we organize missions to go to Brazil, to make presentations to, because in the interior of Brazil, near the drug business area and all and other areas, would you be able to send someone with us to talk about health?
So the short answer is yes. So under the Florida Atlantic University, we have the Global Ventures at FAU, and also we have the mission to have corporate engagement. And we also want to partner with research universities. So then it's part of our group mission to identify opportunities with Brazil. My office in particular is in the research park, so they have a lot of business attraction and retention programs. So under that umbrella, also our team can participate. And specifically for SBDC, our state director now has the focus of working on foreign direct investment. So we're working directly on attracting businesses to establish or to start the business in Florida, and then put all the SBDC capacity to support them be successful here. So we started already with Chile SBDC. We are starting a pilot with 5 companies, and we are not traveling to Chile yet until it's safer for everybody. But under Enterprise Florida and other supporting entities, we definitely can travel to Brazil and be able to attract and inform, that I think is the best word to use here, to inform the potential the businesses who want to come to the US in how better come here with less risk and opportunities for them. So short answer, yes, we need to identify the mechanism and which program we will represent when we go to an international visit. And hopefully soon we can travel with no worry, no restriction, and we will be more than open to that. And I love to travel. I've been everywhere with the SBDC flag, and and I'm an international trade specialist myself, so I love these opportunities that we provide to our businesses. When we know better, we are able to consult better. So I love to see with my eyes what we have to collaborate in Brazil, and open for that. Alosio, let's talk when you have a date. Let's discuss it.
Can think about, because we organize every year a couple of meetings in Brazil. We go over, and maybe in most cases we don't go to major cities. I mean, we stop by São Paulo, Rio, maybe, but then we go to the interior where you have less presence of people coming from abroad. But you have several companies that are located over there. But just to finalize my sentence, not to be long, you can also participate in some cases virtually. Now today is very common, and it's something we can add once in a while, and then that's it. We'll talk. All right.
Of course.
Yeah, Marisol, do you have any other question? I think.
No, I don't have any more questions. I just want to commend SBDC by the work they are doing, and not only the resources that provide, but the willingness to reach out that community they serve in many ways, and understanding that need for collaboration, because in situations in our community where everybody wins, that's how we grow together. So thank you, Sandra, for everything you guys do.
Thanks to you, and Suzanne, Alosio, Ann, thank you so much for this opportunity to share what we
One
do.
more question, though. No, say goodbye.
I'm not saying goodbye yet.
So I imagine that at this moment you are very busy, because I was reading about the recovery specialized services, and I imagine that after the lockdown and all this with the pandemic, how many small and medium-sized businesses or close their doors or are really in crisis. How have it been this moment, especially for you? Are you able to support sometimes? Can you share a little bit of the experience in such an uncommon time?
Well, let me tell you that last year was my first year working at FAU in Florida, and we had to address the need of, well, everybody was struggling. We had, the main requests were capital. Everybody wanted to save their business, to stay in business. They were like unknown. We had to learn all together how to, even the government were learning as the time passed, in what type of resources put in on the business community. So we were in under capacity for 1 or 2 months, so we work extensive hours. So then our partners start collaborating, giving us more consultants. The university people who were working in accounting departments, they join our team. So we put just too many hands together, and in a couple of months we only got 6,000 requests. So we also had accountants joining us, a lot of volunteers calling to our number saying, let me help. So we were just so blessed to have all of these collaborative network, and I'm thanking all of them, because it was just unique times. A lot of our businesses were struggling, and as the time passes, we learn how to access that capital. We were able to help some businesses to pivot their business and to be successful despite of the pandemic. So we have one client who produces rum, so he was able to start producing hand sanitizers. He was pivoting in a strategy, the manufacturing. So these fast recovery services came from that type from that period in which we needed to act fast, and instead having one-on-one consulting, one service at a time, we took one company and put multiple specialists at the same time putting together. So in this case, for instance, our rum company, they had the people from the marketing, from the logistics, from the cost, the export assistance, everybody together, designed the plan, done, next. And it was like a super dynamic. And as I was telling at the beginning, we got the best region of the year for SBDC in Florida because our performance was high. But it was thanks to all the hands that came to work with us and serve our business community. We also had our team was duplicated, so because then the government put some funding, and then we say, well, we still need to do more. So then we started the grassroots program, that is, let's identify entities who are working with the community already, let's partner with them, because we're not reaching the community directly, so we're not going to your neighborhood. So then we identify entities that are there already. So it has been, the traditional SBDC has been shifted at the same that the economy has been shifting. And last year, my first year here, has been so dynamic, but because we are open to collaboration, I think is what saved us of and help us to also impact our economy in a positive way. And that's why I'm thanking you, Marisol, for taking this grassroots initiatives to the first phase. It was a pilot that we just put on the air, and this is how we work, right? So we tend to identify an issue and just put everything that we can, and we have to do it together. And I'm just feel so lucky and blessed to be in this community that is just so collaborative. It's incredible. So I was just amazed, and that's why we were able to pass that. And now we are standardizing our services, refining more services, accessing different resources. We just got a grant from City Foundation to expand this grassroots initiative to the Black-owned businesses, and it's just a matter of continue doing these activities. So that's why I'm just so pleased and thank you and thankful for being in this talk show.
I have a last question, could be very quick. How do you feel, how do you perceive to work with startups?
So you can see it from different angles. My angle is that startups are the foundation of an economy. We call this in economic development that attracting businesses to start is one of the anchors of an economy. So business starts are also like, I like to see that from when a business starts with the right information, the right training, the right plan, and the right resources is great. What I don't like is when some entities or companies or programs tend to push a lot entrepreneurship, and startups are a way to replace a formal job or an income opportunity. But I like the fact that as much businesses we help start, but started solid with a plan, with a structure, with consulting, startups are a really good way to enhance economic prosperity. So I see startups in that way. And we can promote entrepreneurship and startups at every level, from students, from communities, from underserved populations. So we can do startups from different directions, as long as we help to put the right resources and information on their hands, so they can take an informed decision if starting a business is the right path for them. It's not for everybody. I think when somebody say, well, I want to start a business, it's good that they get all the information, what it does mean, what it implies. I need to have now to work with an accountant. I need to open all of this paperwork. So are they ready for it? Are they ready to be a business owner? There is also a personality on that. So my view is, yes, it's an economic development engine for sure. That's why our mission here with HEY, with other entities, with the government, with SBDC in particular, we like to take the word of, yes, business starts, it's amazing, let's do it right. So this is my personal vision as well.
Thank you very much.
So, Sandra, thank you very, very much for this enlightening interview with so many important information to our communities here in Florida, and I'm sure in the US, because even when you do locally a program, another one can learn about it and implement there. So, thank you for your time again. Thank you, Marisol. Thank you, Aloysio, for co-hosting with me. And this is the end of our show. We will always be back on the first Thursday of each month at 2 p.m. with a subject of interest to our international communities here in South Florida. As Sandra said, our goal is to collaborate, is to together try to strengthen our communities, that there are many, the diversity here in Florida is huge. And thank you again.
Thank you so much for the opportunity, and well, looking forward for the next steps.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.